Hello Minecrafters, and welcome to episode number 3 in my series on how to build a Blackjack Machine. As you last recall, we had done an 8-bit memory cell, but I mentioned there were some problems with this kind of a system, and here's how we solve those problems. This is our 8-bit memory cell. It's been tweaked a little. As you can tell, it's a little bigger than it used to be. What I did was I took the basic design of the memory cell, which is one side is off. There's our torch on one side, and you'll see over here we have the opposing torch. And what I did was I stretched that whole concept vertically. I made it so that it's tall enough to accommodate for these things sticking off the side. These things I call a bus. I believe that's the term in computers as well for a similar type of structure. What happens here is if the first memory cell is on, if the bottom cell is on, then this entire thing here will be on as well. This is in assembly, it's called a peak, a memory peak. We peek to see whether or not this particular bit is on. And in this case, I just turned it on, and you can see we can extend this bus as long and far. We can do turns, we can go anywhere we want with it. And it will always indicate that the first bit, this is the 0 and 1 bit, the first one to the right, is currently on. Of course, we have our same little buttons here that we have on the other one. We've just stretched those vertically as well. We can change the state. Now I've turned the state off. And of course, we've done the exact same thing to all of our bits. And in fact, if you remember our math, I always like to remind people how fun the math is. This first bit on the right is the far one to the decimal. This is the ones place. It's either a 0 or a 1. This is the twos place, either a 0 or a 2. The fours place, and so on and so forth, all the way up to our 128. Now, the next thing I need to do is to talk about what these other two things are. Down here, I said this is what we use to peek at the data. These two are the poke things. When the cell is off, if we want to turn it on, we have to send a signal through here. And you'll see at the bottom it is now in the on state. Even if we turn the power off, the memory cell doesn't change. The bus is now in the on state. If we want to turn the cell off, we send something down this thing, and you'll see now it is in the off state. So these are how we poke information. We turn it on or off depending on our need. And we do that for every single one of these 8 bits, because we may want to change this data, we may want to look at the data, but that is not for the rest of this episode. I think we have just about covered everything. Let's see. This is the bus bit that shows the state of the memory cell. Yeah, I had mentioned that's the state. Now, there are 3 repeaters here. You'll notice this repeater is facing out. This is a read of the memory state. And this repeater, as well as the other one above it, go up, they are both facing in. They change the state of this vertical 1-bit memory cell. So, I think that wraps up everything. I did want to make one comment here. Everything that I'm doing in this series is done without any mods of any kind. This is all just basic redstone wiring. And I also wanted to give a shout out to www.emeraldnation.com. That's where I'm building all this stuff. So if you'd like to meet me and discuss some of my machines and inventions, I'd be more than happy to talk to you. It's been a joy working on this, and I'll get to the next episode as soon as I can. Thanks for watching.